Hello, and welcome to another Dwarven Tavern review. This time, it's a tiny little book, and it is called The 13th Age Book of Loot from Pelgrane Press. This particular volume of goodies goes for $17.95, and you can find it at pelgranepress.com, I believe. Yes, I believe correctly. So, what is this? Well, it's a book, number one. That being established. This is a, if you hadn't guessed from the title, Book of Loot. Okay, so what we have here is, if you remember the 13th Age, the premise behind the 13th Age is that they have the different main dudes: the Archmage, the Crusader, the Diabolist, the Diabolist, the Dwarf King, the Elf Queen, the Emperor, the Great Gold Worm, the High Druid, the Lich King, the Orc Lord, the Priestess, the Prince of Shadows, the Three, the Treasure Troves. No, it ends with the Three. Treasure Troves and one-use items are not the main, and they correspond to an alignment. So, this book has treasure for those. They corresponds to each of the big items, right? For example, we will turn here to a page, the Archmage. I think it's Archmage. I'm pretty sure you can pronounce it however you want to. You can pronounce it cheese sandwich if you wish. Though no one will know what you're talking about if you do. Look, it's the cheese sandwich Gandalf. So, the Archmage, that's gonna bother me forever. It has like the Belt of Giant Health, the Compendium of Observed Ritual, the Manual of Numinous Realms, the Winged Shoes. Sounds familiar. The Cloak of Invisibility, the Mantle of the Mage, etc. So, under each category, such as the Crusader, they have armor, robes, shirt, tunic, arrow, crossbow, bolt, sling, stone, belt, sword belt, kilt and girdle, book, scroll, tome, and grimoire, and so forth. So each one has a set of entries, or an entry under each one of those categories. So, and it all, has to do with magical stuff. That is it in a nutshell. The book itself is it is arranged. I like the organization of it. The internal pages are kind of a semi-gloss with illustrations that are all black and white, such as this Crusader here on page 11. And there are a couple of larger illustrations, but they're all pretty basic stuff. Like on page 54, here is a it's funny, it's three guys with two guys and a dwarf in the middle, and it's all about necklaces. And they're about to be hanged, because hanged is what a person is. A picture is hung, a person is hanged. And then it has a list of one-use items such as potions. Potions. You might be able to get a second use out of it, and but if you're willing to hang around in the bathroom. But I don't. I wouldn't be drinking that potion. Thank you very much. Thanks for the offer, but so it's pretty original. The Circlet of Revelation. You take half damage from an MD attack. The helmet, crown, diadem, or circlet of bitter work. It adds an escalation die to healing. Of infamy becomes a legendary nemesis. Of terror causes fear, etc. The crown of fear, that would be really cool. So it allows you to, kind of mix and match and do some neat things. So it's a pretty cool book overall. It's $17.95. It's $18. It has a fair amount of work in it. It's pretty original. I liked it overall. So I think this is going to get a 4 axes because it's okay. I mean, it's a good book. It's just that. It's just a book of loot. And for what it does, I think 4 would probably be just about the maximum of a small book like this, just because of its size and that. I think they could have added more. I think the content could have been more, like more tables and or what have you. It wasn't. It does what it does, but it wasn't impressive. I guess it was just good. I mean, it's a good book. Definitely worth the money, but I don't know. So it's kind of weird. I know. I guess I don't know. I think I'll say I don't know a couple more times, and that way you'll understand that I don't know. but yeah. So that is the Book of Loot, 13th Age. It's a nice little supplement for your 13th Age campaign or any other campaign if you want to add these things to it. It's pretty adaptable. Again, from Pelgrane Press, which is at www.pelgranepress.com. I had to double check. I don't like to talk about things I don't know about. So look them up. Period. Look us up at www.dwarventavern.net and the Facebook thing for updates on what's going on. We'll kind of release news on Facebook. That's facebook.com/Dwarven Tavern. And check us out on Twitter. So, on behalf of the whole cast and crew of the Dwarven Tavern show, I used to do that when we did a podcast. On behalf of the whole cast and crew of the Dwarven Tavern radio show and YouTube channel and all that stuff, we wish for you to want for nothing but adventure. And at first I feared it, then I charged. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Let the games begin.